Well, this made me sick to my stomach. As someone who is a Black woman, but also mid-sized, I have been a fan of Lizzo for multiple years. And to hear this lawsuit and read the details, I'm sick to my stomach. I don't know how to feel.
3 of Lizzo's former dancers are suing the singer for sexual and racial harassment, as well as allegedly creating a hostile work environment. On Tuesday, August 1st, dancers Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez filed a lawsuit against Lizzo. The civil lawsuit alleges a range of issues, including a hostile work environment, religious harassment, disability discrimination, and sexual harassment, among other claims. NBC News was the first to report on this lawsuit, and I'm going to be getting into that article in a bit, but the lawsuit identifies the defendants as Lizzo, whose real name is Melissa Jefferson, her tour company called Big Girl Big Touring Incorporation, and Lizzo's dance captain, Charlene Quigley. The civil lawsuit filed on Tuesday in Los Angeles County Superior Court makes some very serious claims against Lizzo, claiming that she pressured one of her dancers to engage with nude performers at a club in Amsterdam and also humiliated another dancer for her weight gain before firing her. They also claim that Lizzo and members of her team ridiculed them until they acquiesced, ultimately forcing them to participate. The suit also claims that several dancers were subjected to an excruciating 12-hour audition after making false accusations that they drank while working. Furthermore, the lawsuit claims that Lizzo's dance captain, Charlene, was imposing her Christian beliefs on other performers, belittling those who engaged in premarital sex, and was engaging in explicit behaviors such as stimulating, sharing fantasies, and discussing one performer's virginity. The lawsuit reveals that Ariana Davis, one of the dancers, claimed that Charlene disregarded her requests to refrain from discussing her virginity on social media and in public interviews. And when Ariana asked her to stop pressuring her about her faith, Charlene allegedly responded with, "No job and no one will stop me from talking about the Lord," allegedly insinuating that Ariana would be fired if she didn't acquiesce. Now, the lawsuit does not explicitly state whether Lizzo was aware of Charlene's alleged behavior. However, according to the plaintiffs, Ariana, Crystal, and Noel, their lawyer believes that Lizzo might have been aware of complaints made against Charlene, as reported by NBC News. The dancers accused Lizzo, a performer known for embracing body positivity and celebrating her physique, of calling attention to one dancer's weight gain and later berating, then firing that dancer after she recorded a meeting because of a health condition. One part of the lawsuit states, "The stunning nature of how Lizzo and her management team treated their performers seemed to go against everything Lizzo stands for publicly, while privately she weight shames her dancers and demeans them in ways that are not only illegal but absolutely demoralizing," said the dancer's lawyer in a statement. The suit accuses Lizzo of calling attention to the dancer's weight after an appearance at South by Southwest Music Festival. The singer and her choreographer later told the dancer, Ariana Davis, that she seemed less committed to her role, a comment that the suit describes as a thinly veiled concern about Davis's weight. The trip to the Amsterdam strip club happened after a performance in the city earlier this year. The suit states that Lizzo's after parties were routine and non-mandatory, but alleges that those who attended were favored by the singer and had greater job security. At the club, Lizzo allegedly began inviting cast members to take turns touching the performers, catching dildos launched from the performers, and eating bananas protruding from the performers. Lizzo then turned her attention to Miss Davis and began pressuring Miss Davis to touch the of one of the woman. Davis declined, according to the suit, and Lizzo allegedly led a chant goading her to do so. After Davis declined 3 more times, the chant grew louder and more strident, demanding a visibly uncomfortable Miss Davis to engage with the performer. When Davis eventually acquiesced and briefly touched the performer, the group burst into laughter, the suit says. Afterwards, Lizzo allegedly pressed a member of her security staff to get on stage and began yelling, "Take it off, according to the suit. Plaintiffs were aghast with how little regard Lizzo showed for the bodily autonomy of her employees and those around her, especially in the presence of many people whom she employed, the suit says. A week later, after a show in Paris, Lizzo invited her dancers to a club so they would be able to learn something or be inspired by the performance, the suit says. What Lizzo failed to mention when inviting the dancers to this performance was that it was a new bar. The suit described the performance as artful, but the plaintiffs were shocked that Lizzo would conceal the nature of the event from them, robbing them of the choice not to participate. Then it goes on to the harassment claim. The racial harassment claim is linked to what the suit describes as comments charged with racial and fat-phobic animus that were made by touring company employees. NBC touched on this, saying that the suit did state only the dance cast comprised of full-figured women of color were ever spoken to in this manner. Another instance that the lawsuit talks about was dancers being dismissed. 2 dancers were fired in April and May. According to the suit, Williams lost her job April 26, days after she spoke up at a meeting in which she challenged an assertion from Lizzo that the dancers were drinking before performances. The day before, Lizzo had told the group that they would have to audition again, a move that prompted what the suit described as an excruciating 12-hour rehearsal. If Lizzo was dissatisfied with their performances, the suit alleges the dancers would be fired and sent home. During the rehearsal, Davis was so fearful she'd lose her job if she went to the bathroom. She soiled her pants. She was given a see-through outfit with no undergarments to finish the performance, the suit says. When Lizzo raised the issue again the following day, Williams responded saying the dancers didn't drink, the suit says. The singer then allegedly offered what the suit describes as a mocking reply. Well, if you're not, then good for y'all. 5 days later, on April 26, Lizzo's tour manager fired Williams in a hotel lobby, the suit says. The manager attributed the termination to budget cuts, said the suit, which noted that no one else was fired. And then it goes on to talk about how another dancer who complained to the manager about the decision to publicly fire the other dancer, that the suit says Lizzo became furious, hurling expletives at the group and stated that she was going to go around the room person by person until someone told Lizzo who made the recording. Rodriguez complained to the manager about the decision to publicly fire Williams, a move that Lizzo repeatedly raised with the dancers during an April 27 meeting, during which she told the group that she had eyes and ears everywhere, according to the suit. Davis recorded the April 27 meeting because she suffered from an eye condition that sometimes left her disoriented in stressful situations, the suit says. Days later, Lizzo held an emergency meeting and had security employees confiscate dancers' phone, the suit states. As Rodriguez left, the suit says Lizzo raised both her middle fingers and yelled a slur. The suit does not specify a dollar amount for damages that cover emotional distress, including unpaid wages, loss of earnings, and attorney fees. Speaking to the fan who said she had been online, Lizzo said, "The words that we say have a long-lasting effect on people." It seems like the dancers and some of their friends are also speaking out publicly on social media and giving each other support during this tough time. Since this lawsuit came out, Lizzo's former creative director and one of her former dancers were sharing support for the lawsuit coming out and being filed against Lizzo. They said, "For clarification, I'm not a part of the lawsuit, but this was very much my experience in my time there. Big shout out to the dancers who had the courage to bring this to light." Someone else who formerly worked with Lizzo adding on, saying, "Echoing what Sequest said, I haven't been a part of that world for around 3 years for a reason. I very much applaud the dancers' courage to bring this to light, and I grieve parts of my own experience. I'd appreciate space to understand my feelings." These are very serious claims that are coming out from multiple former dancers. I definitely want to know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think Lizzo will speak out about this? Let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.